Well, hello, this is Rick, and this is another Coffee and Conquest. And as promised, we're going to keep this quick as possible. Today is talking about increasing your engagements on your internet leads, your inbound phone calls. Now, before we get started with that, just want to share a little housekeeping with you. You'll see a screenshot right here. It shows a 20 to 25% close ratio with our leads. These are internet and our phone leads, and that really should be the case. There's no reason why that can't be the case if we set up the right platform. But first, in our CRM, does our CRM platform, does it purge out the bad data? Does it take the duplicate data that we have, the same names, merge them together or clean that out? Or does our team know how to do that? In addition to that, do we have a meeting every single day, the management team with the BDC, internet and sales, or whoever it might be, and we can look at our month-to-date, quarter-to-date, our daily lead count, the number of leads that came into our dealership, and that's phone ups, that's internet, that's service, that's everybody, because, again, that's our bread and butter, and do we know what's happening to them, or are they falling through the cracks and we have no clue whatsoever? Now, here's the other thing. Instead of having to produce a report every morning ourselves, does our CRM have the ability, and yes, it does, to generate that report for you on a daily basis and send that report to you as an email? So for the early risers, you can sit back in a Starbucks cafe, have your cup of coffee, and look at your report, and you have your answers before you walk into the dealership, or it could be printed up and you can share with everybody else. So with that in mind, that should be something that's happening under every single rooftop with every BDC, internet, sales, and service team. So let's get to increasing the engagement of the internet and phone responses that we send back out to our customers, our prospects, and our leads. Whatever we might call prospects, we might call them leads. You'll hear me use all those names. It means the same thing. The people who reached out to us, the households that reached out to us. So number one, why don't send the email twice, the initial response twice to the customer, to the lead, to the prospect. So now to send an email, but give it a different title. We found if you give it a different title, we can test and see what titles work, and we have a much better response or a much better opportunity with open rates. You can check and see if our emails are open by doing this. Again, send the email twice, but with a different subject title. Second, create a positive expectation by building a relationship. These customers are getting hundreds of emails all the time. These customers, prospects, leads, whatever you want to call them, they are getting inundated by everybody. What makes ours different? And are we just promoting a car and a price like everybody else, or are we offering something a little bit more personal so we can create a relationship with this prospect, this lead, this customer? So as we communicate with them, they're going to want to open our emails. Do we provide them information that's useful instead of just providing the picture and a price and a quote and that's it? Or saying, the worst thing you could ever say is, call me. Never say that in your emails, never whatever the case is, because let's face it, they don't want to call us. So we have to build a relationship first. Number three, continuing to test our methods. Do we have a system in place where we're trying different subject titles, different content, different templates? Are we getting with management to look at what works and what doesn't work? Are we retesting our processes within our system? We need to test everything so we find out what works. Or are we using the same stuff that we used a month ago, a year ago, or box when we bought the CRM platform? Number four, offer immediate value, no self-promotion. So let's find a solution to their problem. They're contacting us about a vehicle. They're asking a question. Let's answer that for them. Let's help them by providing some useful information and something that they can get value from today. The moment they read your email, they've gotten something of value. And let's keep it short. We want to keep it short and sweet. And number six, we want to use something that's creative, high-quality content. In other words, something that's going to open up the email. Again, going back to testing, we can have like a clever subject title. We can add some personalized content, explain who we are so they know who we are. Hey, this is where the videos come into play. You have a video link in there that does wonders. That's perfect for this particular item right here, number six. Number seven, let's speak human. Instead of talking marketing talk, let's speak to them like they're a friend. Let's use the same language that you use face-to-face with a friend. Call them by their first name in some cases, or call them sir or ma'am if you kind of get a sense of that's who they are. The whole idea is we're building a relationship here. And then keep in mind, let's make the email kind of awesome. and that is kill the headers, kill all the big pictures, kill all the logos showing the dealership, because that's promotional. Make the email nice and simple. Make it easy for them to open up and get to your content, and let's just be straight to the point with them, okay? Number 9, focus on your inbound marketing strategy, and that's what you're doing on your website. That's what you're doing on your Facebook. That's what you're doing on your social media, and that's what you're doing with your email when you send that out to them. You want all that to be consistent so you can share the culture of your store, your dealership, and they're not getting mixed messages. Number 10, give away good information up front and for free. Used car, that's going to be a Carfax. Tell them what's great for that particular car. You find that stuff up on Google. For a new vehicle, give them some information that they get to see. That's where we're here. This is where you can use those third-party videos that talks about how great your vehicle is, how great your car and truck is. And it's not you, it's not the dealership, it's a third party. And I've got some examples of that for you. Number 11, be as direct as possible in your subject line. That's self-explanatory. And number 12, deliver content or offers that's unique to them and personalized for them. Take a look at the lead, find out where they're coming from, what state they're from, get an idea. Look up their name on Facebook or on LinkedIn, wherever you can, to find out who you're talking to. Again, show a video showing who you are. Let's make this personal. So again, if you use these, this will grab some more attention and should increase your engagement. And later on, I'm going to send you the source material where I got this from, so you can look at that source material. The next slide talks about, are we still in the 2014 mindset, or are we working in 2019? This is the article from Automotive News back in 2014. And even back then, they talked about how responding within 20 minutes is unacceptable. And they talk about how you can spiff your BDC, internet, or your sales team, spiff them if they respond in less than 20 minutes. Well, now the gauge has changed to 5 minutes. Just a few months ago, you've heard me told you 10 minutes. Well, it's 5 minutes now. Again, much better engagement in 5 minutes, and that's because we've tested that out with you, the dealers, and this is what we found. So you, the dealers, are increasing your engagements, increasing your market share, increasing your sales volume. You are the same ones that are typically responding to your leads within 5 minutes. Everyone who's responding in 15, 20 minutes, an hour, guess what? We're not seeing your market share numbers increase, and in fact, in some cases, we're seeing them drop. So again, this is something that's already been proven, and it's out there already. There's a chart on the right-hand side that shows this exactly, how quickly it decreases the response time if we keep waiting every 5 minutes. So again, let's have a system in place so we can respond to the leads. If we personally don't think it's important, who cares? Because we're not the one purchasing the vehicle. In an Amazon-driven world where information is given up to us immediately, 24/7, that's what people are expecting. That's what customers, prospects are expecting. Now, that means let's take a look at the emails that are being sent out. When's the last time you looked at your initial email that's being sent out? When's the last time that you, the owner, the GM, the GSM, actually mystery shopped your own dealership? And if we're getting a lead from a third-party provider and we have to present a vehicle price and a couple other vehicles, have we considered maybe a CPO vehicle, something out of the box? Have we considered a similar vehicle with different options? It's less expensive. Again, let's think creatively so we can give them creative options to choose from. Going back to videos. Again, these are links. These are actual links that work. So as you're looking at this, you can click on these links, and these are examples of an initial response that a salesperson is giving a customer. One's an introduction to the dealership. The other ones are kind of showing some ongoing phone training. And there's one in particular seeking or showing how you get a 900% increase in your engagements by simply responding much quicker. The next screenshot gives you some actual links you can go to that shows you these particular vehicles. These are those third-party vehicles I was talking about. Use these. Find some more for yourself. Use third-party reviews. Maybe use some funny old commercials to entertain your lead. Build a dealer introduction and send to them. Make it fun. Make it interesting. Show them that you can make the process for them fun and exciting as well as informative. Always keep in mind that we're here to assist you. So on a closing note, I want to share some recent successes. I want to thank each of the dealers that are currently achieving this right now, this moment. We're finding that many of you have cracked the 8 to 22-day range in your days to sell, where you're conquesting more of your leads in day 8 to 22 versus losing them to defections. You'll see that in your various reports. So again, congratulations for the dealers that are in fact now conquesting more than losing in the areas of day 8 to 22. As for service conversion, the service conversion process where we're asking the customers to bring their cars in for an oil change if they want to put a dollar figure on their vehicle and tempt them to buy a new vehicle. As you saw previously when we were in your store and we pulled those customers up, kind of a percent of them went out and bought cars elsewhere and surprised all of us. Well, now we're capturing them back. So we're starting to capture more of those customers, and they're buying a vehicle from us before we lose them and they buy a vehicle elsewhere. Our third-party leads, we're seeing that our conquest rate is moving up. I know everyone's struggling with third-party leads. That industry standard, everybody's struggling, but we're seeing a higher percentage over a period of 90 days if we have a custom process in place. And I do mean a custom process with the templates and the scripts and that one-on-one response, that initial response I shared with you last month. And I want to say again, fantastic news. Most of you out there now have experienced an increase in your market share all the way back from November 2018 up until March 2019. January was a tough month for some of you, but most of you did pull through there. But we've had a very strong February, a very strong March, and it looks like we're going to have a very strong April. And I want to say thank you to all of you again for allowing us to be a very small piece of that puzzle and putting these things together. So as I always say, go out and make it a great day. Have all kinds of fun. And, if you need anything, you reach out to me. My number has always been 404-217-2233. And, of course, go out and make it a great day.